Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Swiss Army Volcano stove. Alright everybody, welcome back. So what do we have in front of us today? Well, it's the Swiss Army Ranger stove. And it is without a doubt one of the original ultralight cooking options. It's compact, versatile, easy to use, and continues to be a quintessential part of the classic kitchen kit. Now the point of this video isn't to get you to run out and buy one of these. They're kind of hard to come by and they're getting more and more expensive. The point is really to let you know, should you run into one of these in the wild, so to speak, say after a collapse situation, if somebody gives you one, or in a thrift store somewhere, you know what it is and you know how to use it. Now, I picked this up from our local survival gear store here, and if you are local in the Vegas or Pahrump area, the place is called Plan B Survival and Preparedness. You can check them out. They're on 1190 Highway 372, Suite 11, and that's in Pahrump, Nevada. So for you guys in Vegas, you can come into town and check them out. For you guys all over the world, sorry, he doesn't have a website and he doesn't ship. So he's just a one-person operation. It's him and his daughter running the place. There's just him. But if you are locally, if you want to check it out, really cool store. And they come across a lot of cool, unusual stuff like this, so it's kind of neat to have somebody in town that does that and works in that kind of stuff, so I can bring you some more cool gear. So, these are a lightweight aluminum construction. They weigh about 13 ounces empty. The three-piece set includes the stove, a corked 32-ounce flask, and a 20-ounce cup. And you would open it by doing that. Take the cup off, unfold the cup handles, and by the way, this does a very good job of isolating itself from heat. I don't know how they do that, but because normally when you have handles that fold out, they're scorching hot. This is your flask, and yes, it's all aluminum. There is some pitting inside. This was used a little bit, so I'm going to be careful about using this too much. It does have a cork, and the cork has not leaked on me, but you can get rubber replacements on Amazon. I do have it filled with water because I want to taste the water and see if there's anything strange in it, or kind of look at it. And by taste, I mean a tiny little sip. Some people will be concerned with the fact that it's aluminum. You can always replace this. I actually have a replacement that I've already worked out for it. I may find a bigger or better one. Sorry about the squeaking. That's the replacement. And this was an ugly lime green bottle I got for 65 cents at Goodwill. And as you can tell, that will fit right in there and do the same job. But it's stainless steel instead of aluminum, so a little bit of a better deal. Anyway, for today's purposes, we're not even going to really be using this much. It's just more to show. Again, I looked inside of it, and I took some salt and a little bit of water and kind of shook it up and cleaned it up. And there was still a little pitting inside, so that kind of concerns me because you don't want to be drinking from an aluminum cup that's got pitting in it. But, you know, even that's kind of questionable. In an emergency, I'd have no problem using it. So, this is your stove. And as you can tell, it's been used a little bit. And we'll get into what I use in this in a second. I'll explain to you all that. So with the cup on top and clamped down, the stove is approximately 10 and 3/4 inches long and approximately 4 inches wide. It's Swiss engineered, so it brings stuff to a boil very quickly for what you're using in there. You know, for the size of it and for what you're using. Now, the versatile stove will burn fuel, including wood chips, twigs, gel, fuel, trioxane tablets, those little Coughlin's, tablets. They'll use pretty much anything. But there is an important thing to remember. This is very light, thin aluminum. If you get a fire going in there, big roaring fire with some big hunks of wood, this will melt. Now, being that this is an older kit and probably not something that I take first with me in an emergency or a bug out situation, I probably will not be using any wood in this. And the reason we're doing this indoors today is because I want to show you the different cooking methods I've come up, and when I do show you the one that I use, I want you to be able to see it, and you won't be able to see it outside in the bright light. So it kind of works like this. Whatever your fire source is, it's down here, and you put your cup in there, and it boils. If you want to, say, boil your whole flask, there is a little indentation here, there's a little slot, and this piece will go in there, and this will place itself right in there. And it does take quite a while to boil, but it does work. I've actually tested it, and it does work with the fuel I'm using. We're going to get into fuels in a second. So that's pretty much the kit. It's a fairly simple kit. This does like to tip over when it's like that. So, what am I using for a stove in it, or a fire in it? Well, let me show you. Because of the issues with burning wood in here, and it possibly melting, I've decided, because this is an older stove, it's not something I'm going to be, using every day. It's more of a collection of mine type thing, that I'm not going to be using wood in it, because I don't want to damage it. So what I've done is I caught a little Fancy Feast cat food can. Now, I've used this before, as you can tell. And very hastily, I just got a hole punch. I just punched holes in the thing, around the outside. You can put alcohol in here. You can put alcohol gel in here. You can put pretty much anything, heat, whatever, the stuff, whatever you want in there. And it will burn fairly well like an alcohol stove without too much heat going on in there, without possibly melting it. I have a bunch of these military trioxane tablets, or what are they called? Yeah, that's trioxane. But you can use any of the different fuel tablets, solid fuel tablets. Anything will work really well, doesn't matter. You can even use these little zip fire starter things. I have a couple of options here today. Like I said, I could go with the heat, okay? And I could go with one of these Swiss Army stoves. You've seen me use this one. This is more of a 1 or 2 time use thing, but I saved this because this goes on top, but it also has actually it goes like that. But it also has a purpose for another lightweight kit of mine, and I have another one on a lightweight kit. We did that one recently, my lightweight cooking kit, but this one has its own. So I could put this in there like that and just drop it in, or I could take some sterno gel, sterno cooking fuel, and just dump it in there and use that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take some of this cooking fuel and we're going to put it in here. I want to kind of preserve this, otherwise I'd use the fuel that's left in there, but it will work too. It will work just as well. So for my usage, I'm just going to do it like that. Heat works very, very well too. It's a little bit faster to boil with, but today I want to do something a little unusual, so we're going to use the sterno. Now, as you can tell, that can's been mangled trying to take it off, so I want to get rid of this can of sterno too. So let me get that set up, and I'll show you how much I put in there, and we'll fire it up and let you actually see what it looks like. So really quickly, you're just going to take some of this and scoop it in there. Do yourself a favor, do not use a spoon that you're going to be used while you're out and about. Do not use a spoon that you're going to use again for cooking. You can get it home and really clean it up. This stuff is not fun to ingest. So I'm going to put about that much in there. That's probably more than enough. That would probably do 2 or 3, but for the video, we want to show you a good flame going on in there. Now, to put this in here, it can be a little difficult. Pretty much, you're just going to stick your fingers in there and hold it. Kind of let it drop down gently, like that. And to light it, take a match and toss it in there. And there you go, it's lit. So I'm going to give that a few minutes to heat up and bring you back when the water's put in there, and we'll move to the next step. Now, it wouldn't be any fun if I didn't actually have something in there to cook. So we're going to cook up one of the new Mountain House Adventure meals. This is chicken and dumplings. This is the new packaging. Remember, I did a video recently on them changing their packaging out and different stuff. So we're going to do a video cooking this, but we're going to use that today for the video. It takes 1 1/3 cups of water. I have it a little under that. We're going to time the boiling, see how long it takes to bring that 1 cup and 1/3 of water to a boil, because I want a practical test. Start our little timer, and I'll bring you back when we have boiling water. This was the main reason I did this video inside here, is because I wanted to see the nice little blue flame you're getting down there. And it's nowhere near anywhere hot enough where it will damage the material. So just wanted to give you a quick look at it while it was working. Alright, so we're about 5 minutes and 30 seconds here. It's starting to boil. Let me get you a little shot in there. Starting to boil. For me personally, that's good enough for a Mountain House meal. So I'm going to use that. Close enough. So let me put that back down. And now to put this out, it's a little tricky, because you got to remember, we're just going to go with, it's rolling boil now, we're going to go with 6 minutes. I just stopped it, but yeah, because you got a rolling boil now. So we're going to go with 6 minutes on that. I am using something to protect my hands, just to be careful. It isn't too bad. It's not too warm. I'm just going to pour this in here. The whole thing. And back this up. And you see, you got plenty of fuel. I don't know if you can see in there, but that pink glowing, you got plenty of fuel in there to go. So we bring this over here and mix it up. And I'm going to finish this up. And when we're done, I will give you my final thoughts on the stove and where to look to see if you want to pick one up. They're not always that easy to find anymore. They used to be like you could buy them for $5 on Cheaper Than Dirt. But, you know, more and more people have purchased them over the years, so they're a little bit harder to find. So let me mix this up and we'll be right back. Alright, so enough time has elapsed for my meal to be done. We're going to use this as our eating cup. Open it up here. That does look good. Take a look at that. Lots of peas and carrots and chicken. I'm just going to dump it in there because that's going to be lunch anyway. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? So anyway, you can pick these up if you'll hunt for them good enough. Excuse my chewing. If you hunt for them long enough, you can probably pick them up on eBay. Amazon is out of stock. They run anywhere from $15 to $55. There are some that are unissued, but you got to be careful with those because there's a lot of reproductions. What you'll want to look for on the bottom here, if I have the right way, yep, is a little cross and an SF. That will tell you, hope you can see that in the camera, that it's legit. I don't know if the reproductions, I don't think the reproductions have any stamps on them from what I've been told. So all in all, a cool little kit. If eating and drinking out of aluminum freaks you out, you may not like it, but this can definitely be replaced with a stainless steel option like we're going to. I am going to keep this kind of original for now because it's really just a collector's item to me. You know, this wouldn't be something I'd take, but here's the thing about this. Something like this in your vehicle with one of the smaller cans of Sterno, you don't have any heat, pressure, fuel, anything like that, nothing that can explode. You may have to rotate the sterno out often, but all in all, it's a safe car storage option. I don't like storing fuel in my car, you know, like gas or propane, because it gets so hot out here in the summer. Not a good situation. So something like that would be an excellent car kit, maybe an even cool kind of, you know, car camping type thing you take with you. All in all, pretty cool deal. Like I said, you won't be able to find them everywhere. You can find them on eBay. I think Etsy had a few. But, you know, just look around and find them. They're really not hard to find. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. I want you guys to remember to check out preparewithiridium.com. That is our For Patriots site down below. We have a special running. Now, there is a little progress to report. They have opened two new food production facilities, and they're getting caught up. They started that January 23rd, so that's going to be helping with the delay a little bit. The shipping will still be delayed about 8 weeks or more. It was 9 weeks. So when you order the stuff, please know that you're getting a good deal. It's going to take a little time to get to you because it had literally 100 times the amount of orders that they normally get. So check them out. It's preparewithiridium.com. Don't forget to check out our Amazon site down below as well. If there's nothing in the store you like, just click the link and shop as you normally would. And for you who have been doing it, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Don't forget to check out our Olight link as well down below. Our Olight link will have lots of cool flashlights. We have some Olight stuff coming up soon, so make sure you get registered so when there is a giveaway or a freebie that comes with a light, you're already registered and ready to go. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.